Hello, and welcome to At Home with Lucas. So in this video, we're going to be talking about Peet's Coffee. We're going to talk about their whole bean French roast. I've been on a whole bean kick for a while now. I think it's the purest way to get your coffee and the best way to enjoy your coffee. So in this video, we're going to be doing a full grind test. So what that means is we're going to grind up the beans in my burr grinder and we're just going to see how it comes out. You can tell a little bit from the grind test. You're not going to tell a lot, but you are going to tell enough that's going to give you a good understanding of what the next step's going to be like. And the next step, that is a pour over test. So we'll go through the whole step of doing a pour over, and then we do the taste test. And that is the best part of my day, is the taste test. So we want to see if this is a yummy cup of coffee, and we want to see if we're going to get a A+ star rating. Let's go ahead and check it out. I would say dive into it, but you might get burned. Oh, snap.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this bad boy. So I got the French roast, coffee forward, wood smoke, and burnt caramel. That sounds very yummy. It is a dark roast. I really love the fact that they put the exact date that they roasted it on and the freshness by. So that is really, really cool. I went with the 12 ounce. Right off the bat, you can see that there is some air in this bag. Let's go ahead and squeeze it out. You can hear that one-way valve releasing the air. And sadly, I'm sure that this is going to fill up with air as we continue. So I love how they put brewing tips on the side. That's really cool. Some people don't know what measurements they should use, or they just, prefer to follow the guidelines of the company itself. So it's a little bit of backstory on them. I do like the way that their bags are designed. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I found out about these guys a few years back when I was doing a hunt for the cheapest, best Nespresso cup. So, or pod, whatever you want to call it. More backstory on them. But yeah, they were the only ones that made an Nespresso pod that was made out of metal. All the other ones were made out of plastic and tinfoil, and it was really, really annoying. So this is a step above all the other bags so far. This is really cool. So some of the air has come back in, some of the air has not. Like with the other bags, I'm almost positive it is a result of the glue up here failing. I don't know enough about these one-way valves right here to say whether those things can fail often. But yeah, you can see definitely air is coming back in. But we'll go ahead and open this thing up and we'll take a look at the beans. And then also we'll see if this glue is what it should be. Let's go ahead. So right off the bat, the glue is, yeah, it's decent. It's decent. I'm having to use a little bit of force. That's not bad. It's a little looser over here. A little looser on that side. Oh, the aroma is unbelievable. Wow. That aroma says, brew me up, sir. Wow. Okay, so right off the bat, you can see all of the oil on those beans. So if you watched any of my last videos, you're going to know that this is not what you see on the other coffee beans. So let's go ahead and get a hands-on. Wow. Yeah, look at that. Just glistening. Just glistening. And if you notice, they're all fairly uniform in size. and in color. So if you've watched my last videos, this is something that we saw a lot of, or we didn't see a lot of, sorry, with the other 8 o'clock coffee. Wow, yeah. This is going to produce a very, very, very nice cup of coffee. I can already tell. I can already taste it. Wow. Yeah. That is very nice. Look at that. Look at the hands. Oily hands. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and grind this up, and we'll go ahead and see how the grind test works. Okay, so I was watching the footage back and I was about to go do the grind test when I realized that this bag has completely ripped on opening. Now, if you're going to... That is very disappointing right there. I didn't even use that much force at all, and it is already ripped. So right there, that's a big downer, especially if you're not going to grind up all the beans all at once and you're trying to keep this fresh. That is super annoying. Lucky for me, I'm going to take all of these 12 ounce and I'm going to put them into the grinder, so they will all be ground up and then put in my coffee gator canister. But I mean, this is not something that you want to see from a company that has so far great looking beans. That's a sign that this bag just was not designed right. That's disappointing, Pete's. That is disappointing. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do the grind test. So in the grind test, we want to make sure that the beans are coming out a uniform color and a uniform size. I mean, each grinder is going to produce a different result because some grinders are better than others. This grinder right here, it has an 11 ounce hopper and it produces a slightly uneven grind. It's not the best. If you set it to medium, you're going to get a kind of a wide variety. But one thing you really need to do with all grinders is make sure you clean them out like I did here. I cleaned that out really well. That way you're getting the old oils and taste and you know, grinds from or grounds from the other previous bag. You're removing it. So we're going to go ahead and set this to medium because I do a pour over. If you're doing a French press, you're going to want to go more coarse, and if you're doing a espresso pour, you're going to want to go more fine. But I stick with something around medium. I am doing this recording as my son is watching Daniel Tiger in the living room, so if you hear him in the background, then you are blessed. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and grind all these up. I feel like the anticipation of what this is going to look like is building and building. But I'm very happy with Peet's coffee beans. These are very, very nice looking beans. You can see they're all relatively uniform in size and they just, you know, grind up. But one thing that you should know is when you're dealing with a bean that has a lot of oil, your grinder is going to take a hit because that oil is going to get into the dust of the beans, and then that's going to stick to the walls, and it's just going to cause a quicker cleaning time. A grinder more often if you're buying a lot of oily beans. So just forewarned, that is something that's going to happen. I learned that the hard way by not cleaning it at all. Then it got completely clogged, and I thought, is it dead? And then I figured out how to clean it, and you know, that's a whole process. Okay, so here we go. So you're seeing that dust I was talking about right there on the top right corner of this catch container. That is stuff that you really should get rid of because it's only going to fall to the bottom of your up basically at the end of the day. So you should remove that. I am trying to save pennies right now, so I pour all of it in there. I don't really care. I do leave out the stuff that sticks to the sidewalls because I'm like, you know what, if it's stuck to the sidewall, then it's really fine, and I don't need that in my coffee, so I will not be using that at all. Okay, so we're just going to take a look at these grounds right here. They look pretty decent. I'm getting a uniform color and pretty decent size match. That's really nice. And the smell, of course, is French roast. I mean, if you've ever smelled French roast, it doesn't smell like anything. Well, it kind of smells like espresso roast, but French roast is very, very potent and very powerful. But we're going to go ahead and grind up some more beans. This is going to be more for the aesthetic rather than necessity. Now let's take another closer look at our coffee grounds. You can see here I've mixed them up well, and they just look beautiful. They absolutely look beautiful. They smell amazing. You get this nice rich tone to them. Of course, I've put a filter on this video, so FYI, that is not the exact look of it, but it's closer to real life than my Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus filmed. So I threw a filter on there just to make it look a little bit more appealing and you know, kind of balance out all the tones in the video. So hopefully that weighs true to you guys and you enjoy that. So now we're going to go ahead and do the pour test. So we're going to fire up our handy dandy kettle. That is a pour over kettle. I bought that thing for an RV trip almost 3 years ago, and it was only like 15 bucks or something on Amazon, and I just bought it for the trip because it was small and compact, and I've been using it almost every day since I bought it. It's been one of the best things that I, you know, bought offhand. Now we're going to take a look at our well used. This thing is well used. It is it's got some battle scars on it, and it basically just sits on my range stovetop daily, and it really doesn't move hardly at all from its burner. But yeah, this is a pour over kettle, so it has the gooseneck. I think that's what they call that. And the way that these are built will determine a lot. This one is not the best. Like I said, it was very cheap, and I didn't do any research. It's not the best because it's very loud, and the top likes to just fall off. Yeah, you gotta have red hot coals underneath. Nope, that's not a coal. But now we're gonna look at the pour over test right now. So let's see if we get any crema and see how much oil we get, because those are two things that I'm looking for. So yeah, so right away I'm seeing a lot of oil, which is really good. That makes sense, being as the beans are very oily. And you can see the crema right there. It's building up and building up. That's good. That's what you want to see. That's very, very solid. And it's not dissipating very quickly. One thing with these beans, it seems like it holds the water in and then lets them release the water slower than the other beans. So I don't know if that's just because they're a French roast and that means they're roasted longer, so they're a little bit more burnt, if you will. But I definitely like how it holds the water in there, and it just slowly lets it trickle out the bottom. This pour over kettle is also not kettle, sorry. This pour over maker is also a quick buy that I did, almost no research, and it was like 30 bucks or something, so I bought it. But I will be upgrading my pour over kettle and my pour over coffee maker. That's coming up soon. So if you look back on my channel in a couple months, you'll see them appear in video form. But one thing you're going to notice is I put a lot of grounds in there. I put 5 scoops, I think. So French roast is very, very powerful. I would say that if you want to save money, you can go ahead and buy French roast and use less than you would on your regular cup of coffee. That's what I would say. You could save money by buying this stuff because it is so powerful, like legit powerful. Or you can make it really strong, but only use half as much in your cup if you're going to be adding cream and sugar and whipped cream and cupcakes and all that stuff in it. But right here, we're going to take a look at the glistening grounds. You see that oily shimmer on top. That's very, very nice. That's what you want to see. It definitely gives you this notion that you're going to have a great cup of coffee very soon. If you don't know anything about pour over is basically, in my opinion, the cleanest way to drink coffee. It completely removes a lot of the stomach acid that you would get from regular drip coffee or even Keurig coffees. But okay, so now what we're looking for is a rich, oh, that is a rich stream right there. You can see how rich that coffee is. That is not watered down. That is not weak coffee. That is the power of the gods right there. That coffee is going to wake you up very fast. Peet's French roast. Yeah, so you can even see in the steam coming off of it, this rainbow effect from the oil. I mean, this coffee, it knows no weakness. It is just pure power in all forms. Look at that, just dancing, beautiful steam just flowing off of this cup of coffee. And the smell, of course, once again, is an aroma that is really beautiful. One thing I find quite funny is after you have the same coffee day in and day out, you start to lose the smell of your own coffee. It's so strange. I don't know if it's just me, but that's what happens to me. Like, I'll literally smell other people's coffee, but not my own. So now we're going to go ahead and do the sip test. So in the sip test, I want you to really pay attention to my face, because as I'm drinking it, I'm going to tell a whole story. Strong. Right there. You see that? Wow. Very strong. Like I said, I put in a lot of grounds and it is hitting me very, very hard, but it is super good. I am very happy with this cup of coffee. I don't know if you've ever made French roast strong, meaning you put a lot of grounds in, but you should try it at least once. And just remember that you might want to add some water to it because it is so intense. And the caffeine level is crazy high when you add that amount of grounds. You get this boost of just pure energy. But one reason why I drink black coffee is that it boosts your metabolism and it gives you all the true benefits of coffee that adding stuff to your cup will remove. So if you add anything to your cup of coffee, it's actually going to remove the coffee benefits from your body, because your body's going to process it as a milk or as a creamer, rather than this delectable, powerful health benefit that is coffee. So right here, I'm getting a super hit of this coffee, and I'm enjoying it, but I know that I'm going to add some water because it is so powerful. Like, no joke, super powerful. All right, so that's the taste test. That's the full review of this coffee. I give it 2 thumbs up, A+. It is definitely super yummy, yummy, yummy.
All right, there you go. That's the video. That's another coffee review. I do a bunch of these videos, so if you like this one, definitely go and check out my other coffee review videos, and I will have more coming up in the future. I absolutely love coffee, and this is an easy video for me. If you've made it this far, please go down and smash that subscribe button. That would mean the world to me. I don't really care if you hit the like button. Subscribe button means everything to me. So if you hit that subscribe button, I will love you forever. I'm not kidding. But once again, I thank you so much for watching my videos, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.